Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time finding me. This is a really simple, easy, just because I need a simple, easy idea because I'm very busy right now. So this week's video is just gonna be a call to wheel picks my reads for the week. I am wanting to celebrate Pride. It's not quite June yet, but it is the end of May, and I'm already doing like my Pride readathon. I'm already in the Pride mood. I'm already reading gay books, and I thought it'd be fun if I took a little bit of the choice of picking the gay books out and I just used the call to wheel to pick what gay books I read this week specifically. And I'm going to spin the wheel, and then whatever callers we get, I will read those books by the end of the week, and then it will be out on Sunday. So I hope I know this is really like a simple idea, but sometimes a simple idea is the best idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next clip where I spin the wheel, and then we'll see what colors I get, and it should be fun. I'm at my desk, and I know it's a little noisy because my computer is on, but I'm not gonna be here very long. I'm gonna be here, but you're not gonna have that sound. I need to spin the color wheel to see what I'm reading this week. I am typically gonna be reading like 3 books a week, so we're gonna spin the wheel 3 times to see what color we get, and then I will pick a book. And I'm not gonna do like a reading vlog. I'm just going to check in when I start the book, and then when I end the book, and give a review as we go. But not like annotating, not like reading. You're not gonna see me reading it. It's more like a check-in kind of. And I thought it would be fun, and we're gonna see what I get. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin the wheel. Let's see. Oh, the first color we got was purple. That's great. I love the color purple. We're gonna spend it again. Oh, green. That's perfect. I love the color green. And what's the last one? Orange. I don't love the color orange, but I think I have a book in mind. Okay, so I have thought about the books. I don't own any of them, so I'll put up like pictures. But for the color green, I'm going to do the Tea Dragon Society. And then for purple, I'm gonna do Carry On. And then for orange, I actually don't have any orange books left on my gay TBR, other than this one called Napkins and Other Distractions, which is actually mostly pink, but it has orange in it, but I'm gonna count it. And the Tea Dragon Society is actually only like 70 pages, so I'm gonna go ahead and read that. And then I'll come back like literally like in like an hour. So this is me again. I just finished the Tea Dragon Society. I didn't give a check-in because this book was like 70 pages. I literally read it in just one go, but I'm just gonna give my review of it now. It was so stinking cute. It's so cute. It's a graphic novel. My only complaint is I wish that it was longer, but I did find out that there's companion novels to it that continue the story, so I'm not very upset about that anymore, because originally when I finished it, I was like, is that it? Like, it was like, I want more of the tea dragons. They're so cute, and I loved at the end where it went through all the different tea dragons, and some of them I was like, dang, that's really me. The Earl Grey dragon, totally me. I love how each different dragon, like, so pretty much the premise is that in this society, there are these humans that own dragons, but they're not just any dragons. They're dragons that grow tea leaves off the top of their head. And there's different dragons. So like one dragon makes jasmine, one dragon does Earl Grey, one dragon does like a chai. Like there's different dragons, and they all have their own characteristics, which I thought was so good. Like some of them love food, some of them love sleeping, some of them are more like sensitive. But I also just really recommend reading these. They're only like 80 pages. I was able to get it off of Hoopla, so like a great place to find easy graphic novels like that. And the artwork was stunning. It was a very fast-paced story. Like, you're pretty much just getting the tea dragons, and I'm really excited to read the other companions. I think there's 2 more. If I find some time to read them this month, I definitely will. I'm giving it 5 stars because I saw that my friend Allie read this and really liked it, and I was like, if Allie's liking a book like this, then there's a chance that I'm either gonna love it or there's a chance I'm gonna absolutely hate it. And I'm so glad that I ended up being on the side of I absolutely loved it. I think if anyone is wanting like a one sitting book, and this actually fits my prompt of reading a book entirely in one morning, so I actually got to complete that prompt as well. So good. like an hour read for me personally. Might be a bit longer for you, but I think you could definitely get it in one go. And I know, like, graphic novels, sometimes they're very hit or miss for some people, but this one had beautiful artwork, queer representation. It was gay, I think I mentioned that, but like it's sapphic, and then like it's also gay, like, and I loved it. As someone who loves tea, I really loved getting to see all the different tea dragons. And I don't know, I loved it, and I'm giving it 5 stars. And if I can find the time to read the other two this month, I definitely will. But I want to get through they're technically gay, so they'd fit the Pride Month theme. But I also already have some planned books out, so I don't want to like push those aside to read these companions. But if I somehow finish these other, I think I still have like 17 books to go. Maybe 16. I will definitely make time for these. I don't know what else I can say. I think it's something that you should just appreciate yourself. It should be on Hoopla, it should be on Libby. And yeah, that's the first book done. I'm going to start Carry On. I know I did not out of order because I know purple was first, but the green book was so short that I knew I could just go ahead and get it out of the way. So I'm going to start the purple book next, which is Carry On. It's like 500 pages, so hopefully I can maybe do 250 pages a day and get it knocked out in the next 2 days. And then maybe like, because I do have to edit this video by the end of the week. So I'm hoping to get these books done by Friday, and then I can edit on Saturday and Sunday. Like Friday night, Saturday morning, get it posted on Sunday. But we'll see. So I'm hoping to like get Carry On done by like Thursday, and then maybe, because Napkins and Other Distractions isn't very long. It's like 280 pages. So I could probably read that in one day if I really put my mind towards it, and I will put my mind towards it. So we'll see. I started reading Carry On during work today, and I got about 100 pages in. And guys, I currently feel like this is a ripoff of Harry Potter. And I don't know how I feel about that, and I don't know what to even say. This is about a boy who grew up without his parents and didn't know he had magic abilities until one day the maid showed up and is like, hey, guess what? You have powers and you're the chosen one and you need to come to the school to train. That sounds very much like Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter was also called the chosen one. He also didn't have his parents growing up, also had no idea that he didn't have powers. I just like was like, okay, let me give it a chance. Like I'll see, maybe it's just like a similarity there. But the more I've read, the more I'm starting to really feel like they took the premise of Harry Potter and just changed a little bit of it, because he goes to school, he's super powerful, like he's supposed to be super powerful, but he's not very good with magic, but he has this girl best friend who's super, super smart that helps him all the time, and there's something underneath the school that needs to be investigated. Guys, that literally sounds like the first 2 movies of Harry Potter. And this is supposed to be gay. I'm like over 100 pages in, it's not gay yet. So like, I don't know if this is like a gay side character that's gonna meet at some point, or like if it's gonna be like the second half's gonna be gay. But I'm a little disappointed because obviously I didn't know what I was gonna read, because I don't know much about this series. I have a couple of friends that have read this and really enjoyed it, but right now all I can think about is how it's literally reminding me of Harry Potter, and it's not really standing much on its own, because like it even has like this big bad terrible person that's been in existence pretty much right before they were born, and they're the only one that can take them down, and that's literally giving Harry Potter and Voldemort. I know you can only have so many original ideas in the world, because I mean, we can only, hit the same rock so many times before we just get the same things. So I'm not like accusing them of plagiarism at all, but like right now I just simply feel like I'm reading like a fan fiction of Harry Potter. I'm not gonna like DNF it, because I did have this as a book for my readathon, and I don't want to DNF books for this readathon because I do want to give them a very fair chance. But I need to read this book kind of fast because I have it on Libby, and my Libby hold is almost up, and I can't renew it because like lots of people are in line for it. So it's a popular book. It obviously has quite the attraction for some people. Apparently, that everyone like really wants to read it right now. And I only have until Friday morning. So it's a 500-page book, so I quite literally need to read like 260 pages today. I'm at 100 some, so I really need to read like 150 more pages, but I quite literally don't know how to feel like right now. Like right now, I would not rate it very high. I wouldn't. Like right now, it's probably like a 2.75. Like if I have to give you a rating right now, it's very low, because nothing about this feels really that original. Like, I mean, the characters aren't described the same, but like the general premise of it is giving very much Harry Potter. And I hate to talk about Harry Potter because obviously the author of Harry Potter is a really horrific person. And but I feel like in this need, I need it's like if a gay person wrote Harry Potter, which is fine. I mean, I would prefer that over who did because she's a horrific person. But it's supposed to be gay, and it's not gay yet. And for me to pick this for a book, like for my gay readathon, I was hoping that it was like a gay main character. And like the main character isn't gay as of right now, has given no signs of being gay. Like he currently has a girlfriend. And I'm just like waiting for the gayness to happen, and I'm not loving this. And but I also want to give it more of a chance because maybe something's gonna happen, and I do know that it's like multiple books in one. Like this is a trilogy, but there's like the books are broken up. Like this is book one, but inside of book one, it's like 4 books into book one. Like instead of having like how it'll be like parts 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4 into the one book, and then there's like this book 2 has that on it as well. So it feels like it's very condensed, and I just am interested to see how this goes. I'm going to be doing some reading sprints on stream in about 20 minutes. Come back after I read the 150 pages and give you kind of an update. But right now it's not looking great. This might be the first book that I don't love this month. Which is very disappointing because I've given like almost every book that I've read this month a 5-star. And this is not even close to a 5-star for me. I'm a little disappointed. And I don't want to keep saying things over and over again. So I'm just going to go for now. And I'll be back in a couple of hours, probably this evening, to give I need to read that 150 pages today. Like, it has to happen. Like, I'm not going to go to bed until I do it. So I'll give you an update at some point, and then hopefully I'm finishing it tomorrow because, like I said, if I haven't finished it by the time Libby takes it, I'm just going to DNF it. Like, I'm going to try my best to finish it, but, like, if for some reason I can't get through it by Friday morning and it gets taken back by Libby, it's just going to be a DNF. Unless something really happens that changes my mind about it right now. So this is it. This is my update for right now, and I will tune in a couple of hours. So I'm back. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I did reach my goal of reading 264 pages, which is like the halfway point. I will say that after I made that last clip, I did go on Storygraph, and I was reading through some reviews because I was like, what am I missing? Like, this book has a lot of reviews. Like, certainly like everyone's not loving this because it's a ripoff of Harry Potter. Like what am I missing? And once I read the reviews, I realized that I was not interpreting the book the way that it's meant to be interpreted. It's supposed to be like a Harry Potter satire. Like like with all those things about Harry Potter, it's on purpose. The author wanted to take the Chosen One theme and like do their own spin on it. So there is like similarities between their story and Harry Potter, but it's done very purposefully, and it's not like a secret. Like they have said it, and it's supposed to be like almost a satire of like the Harry Potter. And apparently from the reviews, like it's not like a direct follow along, obviously, because the characters are, like I was saying, like it's not a direct like of Harry Potter, because like the characters are described differently, like the plot is different, has its own unique things. And I said it wasn't standing on its own, but apparently from the reviews, it does go in a completely different direction than what Harry Potter did. And obviously it is gay, and I have finally reached where it's gay. Well, they're not being gay together, but like the character has been like, oh yeah, I'm in love with him. So I won't say too much onto that yet. So obviously the way that I felt in the first clip, I apparently was just missing what the book was about. Because I was more like disappointed on like how long it took for the gayness to come, and I also was just like confused as to like, I was like, am I reading a Harry Potter fanfiction? Like, why is this book so similar to Harry Potter? And then once I read the comments and I realized that it's like a satire, to my understanding, the author wanted to make like a gay satire like of the Chosen One theme, because the author of Harry Potter is very horrific, and they want to do their own version of it with their own twists and turns. And I will say, now that I'm a lot farther into it, I do see how it's not going down the same paths. Like, it is starting to stand on its own, and the similarities were just very much in the beginning of the book, and I think I judged it a little too soon. because now that I read the extra 164 pages, I definitely am enjoying it. It's not like a 5-star, but I think it is at a 4-star now. It's very funny. It's very witty. One of the moments that literally made me laugh out loud is that it was describing the fact that you don't have to have just a wand. You can channel your magic through different items. Like some people use rings, but they were saying like one of the characters uses a belt buckle, so every time they had to use their magic, they had to thrust into the air. And I was like picturing that in my head, and I was like, oh my goodness, this book is so freaking dumb, but it's meant to be so freaking dumb. Like, it's not meant to be like a literary masterpiece. Like, it's meant to be fun, it's meant to be funny, it's meant to be just a good time with like a plot to it and to be gay. I do wish that the gay stuff would happen a lot sooner, because it doesn't feel like the gay stuff is like the main point, and I was definitely reading this for the gay point. Like, I was reading this because of Pride Month and my Pride Challenge, so the fact that it's not really that gay yet is still a little disappointing on that aspect of it. But I should be finishing this tomorrow, hopefully. I'll give a check-in when I get 75% in, and then once I finish, I'll give my review, and I'll save my spoilery talk until my review. But yeah, it's now that I understand how it's supposed to be, I'm enjoying it like way more. Like, it's very, very funny, and you get like POVs from multiple people, which Harry Potter you never did. Harry Potter was always just from Harry Potter's point of view, and this you get like both main characters, side characters. And I'm really enjoying getting to go into different people's heads. I'm really liking learning about like what everyone uses to wield magic, and like, I don't know. It's like, I would say it's going well. It's going well now. But yeah, 264 pages is the longest I've read in a while, because I don't want to say I'm on a reading slump, because when I say reading slump, that means I'm not reading at all. And I am reading still. I've read every single day. I'm just reading less. But that's it for now. Okay, hi guys. It is the final day of reading Carry On. I have been reading throughout work. I get off in like 2 hours, and I just got to like 78% of the way in the book. I waited until now to do an update because I wanted to finish this book, or it's like a part of the book. They call them books inside the books instead of just calling it a part 1, part 2, part 3. So I just got to the final part / book of the book. That sounds so weird to say. I kind of hate it, but it's gotten so interesting. I think I know the twist. I think I have picked up on the crumbs, got my little magnifying glass, and I feel like I have detected the way of who is the big bad guy, or like, I'll keep my spoilers until the end. I'm just gonna say I think I know, and I could tell you what I'm thinking, but I don't want to embarrass myself and be wrong, so I'll come back after I finish and tell you if I was right or not, but I think I know. Still not a 5-star for me, but guys, it's gay! When I tell you the gasp that I gasped when it got gay. I'm really enjoying the romance. I hate that it took so long. I definitely think it could have been introduced sooner, but I do understand. It's like an enemies to lovers, and since like this is like, they're like, instead of making you wait until the next books, they're doing it like slowly into this one. So I do think it makes sense why the romance wasn't until much later on. But I have about 100 pages left, and guys, it's not a 5-star, but it's like a 4.25. It could be a 5-star by the end of the book, because we'll see if I'm right, or if I'm totally wild. If I'm wrong, I'll be even more wild. Like, if I'm wrong, I'll give this 5 stars, because if I have somehow still not figured it out at this point, and then I do figure it out, I'm gonna give it like a 4.25, because, you know, I use my detective skills. If I didn't figure it out and I was wrong, it's getting 5 stars because of the masterful writing. We'll see. I probably will come back like 2-3 hours because I have to work still, but I'll be back to give you my final thoughts and my review. But I definitely think right now I would recommend it. It's so funny, it's so quirky, it's such a fun, brain off kind of book, and yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping and I'm gonna go read. So I'll be back, guys. I'm back. It is like 9 o'clock at night. I just played Animal Crossing for 5 hours almost by accident. I meant to make this video and do other things, but then you know how it is. It was dreamy. I was dreamy hunting, and I got a cow on my first try. I want all the cows. I want all the bulls. And then I have like some non-dreamy, like non-cow dreamies that I want. I might start doing like some Animal Crossing videos because I did just start playing Animal Crossing for the first time like 2 weeks ago, and I'm having a blast. Anyways, the book, I finished it. I'm giving it 4 stars, but I don't think I'm gonna continue the series. So this book wraps up everything that was in this book. It wraps it up. The author then chose to wait like 4 years and write a book 2 and 3 that's like different events. Like it's like people were wanting to know like what the characters were up to after, the events of the first one, which I think is very valid, but it's not like it's like I would consider it like a companion books versus like a direct sequel. And I don't feel like I need any more of them right now. Maybe in the future, but I have way too many books to read right now. Like my series tracker is still very high, and I don't really want to add a series that I'm not like burning up to finish. And I'm just not burning up to finish it. Like maybe if this book wasn't wrapped up so nicely, maybe I would have, but like it pretty much wraps everything up and gives it to a bow. And like the second and third book, that's just like them in the future with new problems, new adventures, and I just don't really know if I would need that right now. So I'm gonna hold off reading books 2 and 3 for me. I don't even know how long. I don't know. Maybe next year, maybe the year after that. Very fun book. I did in fact guess everything that was going to happen pretty much, and except for one thing which I'm going to get into, so I'm going to give it 4 stars. Like I said in the last clip, if I didn't guess it I was going to give it 5, but since I did guess it I'm going to give it 4, just because I feel like I don't mind playing detective, but I feel like it was very obvious what was going to happen, and still very fun time, still very funny. The gay romance was not as much as gay as I was wanting from it, but still it was still LGBT romance. There was still like boy kissing and all that. um but just not what I was wanting. A gay fantasy that was like mostly about being gay, and this was like mostly about the adventure, which is fine, just not what I was wanting from it. So my expectations, I went in just a little all over the place. I am not gonna talk about spoilers, so if you haven't read Carry On and you have the intention to reading Carry On, I would not listen. 3, 2, 1. I guessed that he was the mage and Lucy's son. Um, I guessed it very early on. I was like, what if that's his son? That's why, because you learn very early on that he didn't have any parents, and that his name was like wrote on his arm, and then he's just been like going home to home, and that when his magic manifests, the mage names him as his heir so that he can go to school. And I'm like, well, that's just weird. Like, why would he name him as his heir unless there's something else to it? So I was like, that's his son. And then I also guessed that the mage was like the bad guy, but like barely. Like I thought he was doing more of the bad stuff, but really what it is that the mage wanted the main character to be the chosen one, so he like did a spell to make him very powerful while he was still in his mom's stomach, and it pretty much made him into like a void of like stealing people's magic, and like the dead zones were all from him, because anytime that the main character lost control he would just suck up magic. We don't know that until the very end, that's why I said spoilers. The only thing I did not guess was that he would lose his magic. I did not know that, but I did guess that the what's the humdrum, whatever it's called, I did guess that was actually him. I was like, it's gonna be him, either from the past, the present, but it's not from the past or the present. It's just like his shadow, pretty much. Like when he loses control, he pretty much makes an impression of himself, and that impression is what's been doing all this bad stuff. So I did guess almost everything. The only thing I didn't guess was that he's gonna lose his magic. So pretty much what he does is he like literally grabs the humdrum, his shadow self, and literally like pours all of his magic into it, so that because like he always says like, oh, he's a hole and holes want to grow, but he's like, what if this hole just wants to be filled? So he like fills the hole with all his magic, and he never gets it back apparently. But I do think it's funny that he was stuck with wings and a tail, which is hilarious. So yeah, it was a bit predictable but fun. I did like the fact that we got to see what them afterwards. Like, we find out that they didn't return to school, and you get to see a little bit of them living like a normal life. Like, they pretty much, like, even though some of the other characters still have magic, they all pretty much just ended up leaving the school. And just because it was just too much for them. They were like, holy cow, like, this is too much for me. I'm gonna give this up and go live a normal life. And I feel like if they're gonna, like, in the companion series, like, if they're gonna give them back into magical stuff, I feel like that just kind of defeats the purpose of the ending that they did in the first book. That's why I'm so happy with the, like, just not continuing, because it's like, oh, like, they went through a lot, they were trauma, like, they went through a lot of trauma, they're the victims, and they just want to have a normal life away from all that. I totally respect that. I totally love that for them. And I'm fine with that just being the ending in my head. Like, yeah, I'm fine with it. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars, and this is it for these clips. I'm gonna start napkins and other distractions tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I don't think I've even been saying the dates. Today's Thursday. But tomorrow I get off work at 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna try to read napkins and other distractions all in one go because it's like 280 pages. Hi friends, it is Friday, it is 1 o'clock, I just got off of work. I didn't give you any kind of update because I read it so fast. I read it in under 2 hours. It was such a quick, easy read. I'm just not gonna give you my rating review. I'm gonna give this a 4-star. I'm gonna be really honest, this is a really insta-lust book. They have sex in the second chapter. And I find it so funny because in the last book that I read, Carry On, I was like, oh, this isn't gay enough, soon enough. Like, they took too long to be gay. Well, I wasn't expecting it to be gay second chapter. Like, I definitely got, like, opposite ends of the spectrum here. 20 pages in, they were going at it. And I enjoyed it, but it was very insta-lust. Like, they saw each other on one date, and they're like, yeah, I want you forever. That's not typically my vibe, but it's very good representation of, like, OCD. Like, the main character has, like, clinical OCD, and it explores that, and it explores the other character, and, like, his mental illnesses and stuff like that. I thought that was very done well. I thought, and, it made me a little emotional, but it didn't wow me. But it was good, and I'm gonna read more by this author. It's good for what it was. Like, I wanted gay and I got gay. I can't complain about it being not gay. It was very gay. It was lots of smut. Lots of smut. Some of the smuttiest smut that I've read this month. But yeah, this is it. This is the video. I am gonna probably read like one more book outside of this video to wrap up the week because it's only Friday. But for the purpose of this video, this is it. I've read the 3 books that I picked out, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed the process. I love randomly picking books. Randomly picking books makes me so happy because sometimes I get decision paralysis where I like want to read but I don't know what to read, and me doing these different ways of randomly picking books, it just takes it off of me, and all I have to worry about is just reading them. So yeah, what did I give the first one? I gave the Tea Dragon Society 5 stars. I'm giving Carry On a 4-star, and I'm giving this a 4-star. So not bad. Not a bad reading week overall. But yeah, this is it for this video. For an emoji, comment the teacup, or like I think it might be a coffee cup, because the Tea Dragon Society, it will fit so well. It will be so cute. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week, and I hope everyone has a very fantastic week of reading and such. This is a holiday weekend, which feels a little weird. I haven't had a holiday weekend in a while. Like, I'm not celebrating Memorial Day, but I'm off for 4 days, so I'm gonna get lots of reading done and such important things done, and yeah. Bye for now, friends!